What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Dual Hemisphere Hangout, episode 11. My name's Luke, one of your hosts, and joined with me every single week, my lovely co-host, Jake. Jake, go ahead and say hi to the people, man.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oof, what a week. What a week.
I know, right?
It feels like the last podcast was like a month ago.
Yeah, it's been a week. I don't know about you, Jake, but this week is for us in America, it's the Thanksgiving week. So we just had Thanksgiving yesterday, and Black Friday shopping was today. The entirety of the town was out of school for the week. So it's been a very, very busy week for me personally, because working in doing fundraising, all the stores are very busy. So lots of people to talk to. Mouth was running all week long. Definitely would get home every single night and was like, I'm ready for bed. But Jake, why was the week a little crazy for you, man?
Oh, it's just work. Like work has been very, very busy. I must say, I have seen many a video of a turkey being set on fire this morning. So,
oh my goodness!
I was about to ask, like, how did Thanksgiving? Please, what is it about deep frying turkeys? Like, please tell me.
I don't know.
Like,
I think it's just I don't understand. I think it's because one, it doesn't take long to cook. That's the biggest thing. So, funnily enough, I did cook a turkey. I cooked a 32-pound turkey. It was a big, it was a big boy. Funnily enough, there was like not too many turkeys left by the time we got there. So like all the really big ones were gone because you have to like defrost it and it takes longer in the oven to cook because it's a bigger one. That was a lot of fun. That was stressful trying to keep that thing defrosting, but at cool temperature throughout the night. So I would set my alarm for every 2 hours to go wake up, throw ice in the cooler to keep the water cold, and did that for an entire 8 hours of sleep. It was not enjoyable. But at the end of the day, the turkey turned out great. We've got turkey for days. I think I'll be eating turkey for literally a week and a half, if not more.
I just find it bland. It's a bland meat, man. Like I'm not a turkey advocate.
It definitely is. Yeah, I will agree with you. It's plain. Like you can season it and it can taste really good. I will say mine's got some flavor to it. But like in general, yeah, it's a very dry white meat. The dark meat's where all the flavor is at. The breast is usually a little bit more of the blander flavor. But I love turkey. I don't eat it a lot, so I literally have like turkey once a year. So like I go all out when it comes to the turkey like that. So
yeah, you gotta go for the holidays, right? Especially gotta put it on for the fam.
Listen. Thanksgiving is a giant scam for America for us just to be fat like we are and eat as much food as possible.
and then the business conglomerates decided that we were going to spend all of our money as well. It's like, get fat, spend a load of money, and then we'll go out to the shops and spend a load of money. And then they tagged on Cyber Monday as well. So it's like, all that shopping you've done, we've got some more deals, but online.
We've got some more deals. But guess what, guys? They run throughout the entire week now. So you can get deals on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So hey.
I do not get sucked into Black Friday deals. I'm not that type of guy.
No, I did when I was a younger. Like I'm talking when I was like a teenager, when it used to be like actually good deals where you would go to the store and could get a TV for like $50. But yeah, nowadays it's just like 20% off this thing and 30% off. I'm like, those sales happen every like twice a year at this point, a couple times a year at this point. So it's not worth waiting in line. But I will say they did have some deals on some Pokemon ETBs. Not $20.
You've hooked me, hook, line, and sinker.
I know. Oh yeah. But don't worry, they were all sold out. So don't worry. The scalpers.
The pack opening podcast will come sometime soon, guys.
Someday. Sometimes they will. They very much will.
Oh my god.
Anyways, guys, so this week, me and Jake were thinking about it. I think the main reason why I'm thinking about it is I have been doing an Alpha Sapphire Nuzlocke, which is the generation where they introduced I guess the first proper gimmick of Pokemon. So I thought it'd be a cool idea just kind of dive in on the gimmicks, because I feel like that's just the new thing that every Pokemon game now is going to be having, talking about which ones we like, which ones we don't like. Talk about why Mega Evolution is obviously the best one out of all of them. And maybe we'll dive into what we want to see for Gen 10 and maybe some gimmicks that maybe Game Freak hasn't implemented yet that we would love to see happening. But I mean, honestly, I guess kind of just to start it off, Jake, what is your overall opinions on having a new gimmick per generation?
I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
I think they've locked themselves into. I don't know how long the cycle's going to be. Like,
yeah,
at some point they're going to have to stop with the gimmicks, right?
At some point, yeah.
I guess maybe Gen 10 is the way to go. I don't how many gimmicks have we had? Four. So maybe a 5 is a nice round number to stop. I would
think so.
Personally like to see Pokemon a bit without gimmicks and just give us something brand new, whether it be. Because I think, imagine like Sword and Shield with Dynamax and stuff.
Yeah.
But you didn't have Dynamax and they went all out on the wild area and effectively gave us Legends Arceus in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
And then Legends Arceus could have been something completely different. Or may not have even existed. Because they could just keep slapping DLC in it. Don't get me wrong, the gimmicks do bring a lot to the games.
Oh yeah, big time.
But it's I'm losing my love for them. I am. It's dwindling slightly.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree. I think when the gimmicks are good, I think when the gimmicks are solely not about the competitive sides of things, I'm okay with. Like, I think the only one that I think really, and we'll talk about Mega Evolution. We'll save that one for the last because it's the first one, and honestly, I think in both of our opinions is the best gimmick they've ever come out with. I just think all the other gimmicks are just very. There's a reason why they're only per generation, right? Because they only it's just for really just competitive reasons. Like Z moves, was definitely one of the ones where it was just kind of like, all right, Z moves, you just slap on a move, it does like. How much base power typically? Like 200 or something like that.
Something ridiculous. Doubles the base power of the move.
Yeah, something ridiculous. And then you have your Dynamax, and then you have, I guess, Terrestrialization. But yeah, they all just kind of benefit like just the competitive side of things. I think main game wise, there's not too much lore associated with it, which I think is my biggest problem. I think the only two that really have lore associated with it specifically is Mega Evolution and then Terrestrialization. I feel like they kind of said, Dynamaxing, if I'm not mistaken, is just Galar because of the PowerPoint things. And then Z moves is because we're one with our Pokemon here on Alola. And I think they're just like bland. And I think Mega Evolution and Terrestrialization are obviously probably the best two when it comes to lore wise. So I'm okay with it if it has a good reason and it works outside of the competitive sides of things. But besides that, I kind of agree with you, Jake. I don't know what they're going to do next, and I don't know exactly what I want from it. You know what I mean? It's just,
well, we'll clarify. We're not taking Legends games as mid-series. Because we already know Mega's coming back in ZA. And we will touch on that at some point, maybe in the later the podcast, or maybe it's on podcast, because I haven't done much reading on what's going on in that game.
There hasn't honestly been much out in general.
No, I don't. I think they've done really well at keeping it behind closed doors, and I think they should continue to keep it behind closed doors.
Big time.
But yeah, like Gen 10, what can we do, right? We've made Pokemon big. We've made Pokemon change forms. We've made Pokemon have a super cool move. And we've made Pokemon change type.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it and thinking, so we've had a move. We've had a type. We've had technically appearance. The only thing I could see now is, Mega's kind of changed the abilities and the stats. Yeah. Like, we've got nothing left.
I literally think the only thing that they're going to do, and I think I've said this multiple times, and I don't know if they'll ever do it. I think they've teased the idea of it. I've probably said it a couple times now. I think if we're going to go into the realm of what they can do next when it comes to a gimmick.
Fusion,
yeah. Like, it's like the only They've teased it. They teased it in Black and White too. That they can make it diverse enough with specific Pokemon where you can only have maybe like with Megas maybe like 30 odd or 40 odd 30 odd fusions. But there really isn't much room for it to go from there. Like honestly, I mean, let's take a deep dive into it. All right, we'll leave, like I said, we'll leave Megas alone, but Z-moves. All right, what? I mean, I think I've been the first one to tell you I don't fucking like Z-moves at all. I think they're stupid as hell.
I thought they were cool until I'd use them 10 times.
Yeah, like it's just like the setup, and it's just like that's it, and it's just like you said, it just doubles the move thing, and it wasn't really competitive at all. Really, I don't really remember seeing like I would only see a handful like very early on before they allowed Megas back in VGC for Sun and Moon that would be just like, all right, you need something dead, just use your Z move right then and there. Yeah. But it was so just bland, and it was just kind of boring in general.
I like the animations, but the animations took too long as well.
Yeah,
like I think they learned that, and that's why we've never gone back to that style of animation for moves, at least.
Oh yeah, big time.
Because like Megas and Dynamax, it's all one and done. And when you look at the newer games as well, they've really sped up the animation. Like if you Dynamax something, it took less than like 10 seconds. Yeah, like, it goes up, it roars, and then it's straight back. They learned their lesson. Megas were the same. Literally like 10-15 second animation of it blowing out and then turning into something else. Z-moves were just like 90 seconds of watching a Snorlax run across the figure, then body slam you, and it's like it's really cool. But when you've used it once, and then it's like, okay, let me press it again. And let me press it again.
All right. Yeah, especially I remember one of the most ridiculously long ones was the Eevee one, where they would have all the Eevees. It took so long to get done. I'm like, oh my lord! There they are. Definitely was a long one, but yeah, like I mean, yeah, all it did was boost the power of a move. It was basically, in general, like unless it was focus sashed, pretty much a one-hit KO move, and that's all there was to it on the battle sides of things. And then you go to Sword and Shield, where Dynamax it comes into play, and I have a love-hate relationship with Dynamax. I like Dynamax on the competitive side of things because it can make pretty much any Pokemon viable. Like in the sense, like you can like, okay, you want your Arcanine to live longer. Okay, go ahead and Dynamax your Arcanine. Oh, you want to have one of the most broken Pokemon in the world? Go ahead and Gigantamax your Charizard. I think from a competitive standpoint, I personally liked Dynamax the most, and I think Dynamax was definitely by far the best. I think it was probably the best executed gimmick that they've done, because I think
it was the secondary effects, right? It was the Max Flare bringing out the sun, the Airstream bringing out the speed boosts, Steel Spike giving you defense boosts. Like it created a meta of just like it's surrounded by boosts. Like, if you can get the boost, or setting the terrain, usually you'd have to use specific Pokemon to do this. Like, you use, like, an Indeedee or, I don't know, a Rillaboom. But now, if you put Max Overgrow on, I don't know, a random Pokemon for coverage, you could set grassy terrain. So it gave utility to Pokemon that weren't really supposed to be utility. And your supporters as well, like watching Gastrodon bring out the raid for a Kyogre.
Yes. It was definitely, like I said, like you said, it's like it added another layer to the crazy 4D chess, which is competitive Pokemon. Like it just added a whole nother layer because you had to be on top of like, oh, all right, I need speed control and I don't have fucking Tailwind right now, so I'm gonna, instead of using my Max Flare on my Charizard, I'm gonna use my Max Airstream so I can put some speed behind it. Oh, I need to tank this thing, so I need to use whichever one at the time raise defense for the thing. I'm running a sand team. Might as well use this rock move so I can set up the sandstorm. Like it added such a different layer to the competitive sides of things But then my only problem with it, like I mentioned, is like there just really wasn't much more to it than that when it came to the story side of things. Like they hyped up these Dynamaxes.
I've had an idea just ping into my head. That's what they could do next. Like they could go down the fusion route, but I don't think they will because that's hella work. Like hella work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
And then it is what it is. But they could take the gimmicks and basically make them like big Z moves. So like we're talking about now, like if you use Psychic and you can set the Psychic terrain, just do that. You do the gimmick as I click Psychic and I get the Psychic terrain as well. Like or you could change the battlefield in a way. So you have the access to say like, if you don't have a Rillaboom to set Grassy Surge, you could technically run Overgrow Rillaboom, click Fake Z move, Wood Hammer, and that Wood Hammer would then set the Grassy terrain.
Oh, okay. Like, that could be interesting.
You have an Excadrill with Iron Head. You want the defense boost, but once per game, you could click that as a Z move. It still uses Iron Head, but it gives you and your partner a defense boost. Okay. Like, so it's Dynamax without going big and getting double health. Yeah. Like, I think that's really balanced. And that gives viability to a lot more mons. Especially the Gen 1 mons, because everyone knows Gen 1's OP and they get every move under the sun.
Oh, yeah, big time. No, that's I actually like that, because I think that's why I like Dynamax the most. It's just the extra added layer to it, and it makes pretty much any strategy really work, and I really like that about it. And then we circle back to the newest one. I think everyone was super, super, super duper hyped about this one, and then I think it honestly just kind of fizzled out. Terastallization. Terastallization was such a cool idea. It's like, oh, you get to change your Pokemon's type. It's actually really it's beneficial. It can change a lot of things and competitive sides of things. And I'm just not a big fan of it. I will say I think one of the main reasons why I don't like it is I think the fucking stupid hats they wear just takes everything away from it for me. It takes everything away. Like literally, there's nothing more. It's funny in some aspects, but like there's nothing more annoying than like picking like terraing a Pokemon to steal. Just see a giant fucking axe above its head. Like, like why? Why was that your go-to? Like that was your steal one. Like you couldn't do a sword, you had to do an axe. Okay, fair enough, whatever. But like, I think it's the hats for me that just kills it for me. I think it looks dumb. I think it looks fucking stupid.
I don't mind terastallization. I think without open team sheets, it's very busted. Like you don't know what they're gonna pick. It's a 1 in. Oh, yeah. You could technically call it 19 chance because you've got the original type, whatever it is, and then you've got another 18, which it could pop out to be.
Or 19 if you include Stellar.
Yeah, well, it stays the same type at least. Yeah, it just gets boosts on the offense. But yeah, they obviously planned for it because they were going for open team sheets anyway. So you cannot play this format competitively without open team sheets. It's just a matter of a fact.
Yeah, that's why they brought it back. Like you said, that's why they had to. They had to because it was just like there's nothing you could predict about. Like you had to understand, okay, we needed to know exactly which ones were going to tear into what so you could plan accordingly, because it's just like, if not, you're just going in there blind. I'm like, all right, I hope it doesn't tear into this. And then it just tears, and then your whole strat's ruined. Or you're like, oh, this Pokemon could tear into this. I could tear into fire, water, or grass. And
I must admit, I thought because of the secondary effects of all this terastallization stuff, like getting double stab boosts and like initially when you could Terra Electric on a Levitate Mon, like Hydreigon, so giving it no weaknesses. It's one of those things where it's like it looked really OP to begin with, and I think I was very scared of it. And then actually when it came into fruition, it's not as bad as you think it is.
No.
But probably coming off the back of the Dynamax era and the Z-Move era, where literally you had a delete button.
Yeah, pretty much.
Terastallization is pretty modest.
Yeah. No, like Terastallization is really cool, man. and modest in that sense. I would definitely say like I definitely would like if I were to rank them, I definitely put it like third in sense of just personal preference to it. Because again, like I'm just not. I think I'm very aesthetically like I enjoy the aesthetics of certain things, right? And I just don't like silly looking things in my Pokemon games, even though I know it's for kids and I need to get over that. I need to understand I am a 31-year-old man playing a game that was originally designed for children. And it's not about what I want. It's about selling more games and getting more kids to buy the game. So if they want to wear their flower crowns and their steel axes and their giant little hearts and stuff like that, go ahead. Go ahead and do your thing, Pokemon and Nintendo. Just make more games. But yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just kind of like, sometimes I just don't want to tear my Pokemon because I just don't want to see them wear a stupid hat.
A couple of them have like a good lore behind them. Like Terra Ghost, for example, is the ghost from Gen 1, the Marowak Ghost.
Yeah,
that looks pretty cool.
That's cool. That one is cool.
The fire one, like the little chandelier, that's cool. I like that one. Yeah. Water and grass kind of just is. But what else were you supposed to do with grass? Put a blade of grass on its head? Like flopping about.
Are ground and it's just a piece of the earth? I'm like,
yeah, they kind of locked themselves in on that one. The dark one as well. I'm not quite sure where that came from. It's definitely got some lore behind it, but I don't know why they've got that like face. I feel like that face is from the Gen 2 confusion or paralysis type demon that used to hover over you.
That's right. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Yeah.
So they've got some good lore behind them, but I must admit they missed on over half.
Yeah. On half the types, they said, what is the most basic thing we can throw on there that looks like it could be a hat? Throw it on there. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it all just kind of, and we're gonna just round it back out to just talk about obviously the best one, and then obviously the original gimmick of it all, which is Mega Evolution. I mean, there's a reason why people have been clamoring for it back since it went away in Sun and Moon. It's just such a cool concept in so many ways, and it is just a cool throwback to just the idea of how fun Pokemon can be. Like I'll never forget like the speculation on what Mega Evolution was originally. Jake, I don't remember if you remember this, but this was probably late 2012 late 2012, maybe early 2013. All they showed us, there was a core leak of Mega Mewtwo Y, but no one knew what it was. It's just a new evolution for Mewtwo. And everyone thought it was like, oh my God, it's Mew 3. It's Mew 3. Mewtwo's getting an evolution, yada, yada, yada. And I was so like bought into the idea that we were just going to get like Mewtwo was just going to evolve. And I'm like, all right, that kind of like first time a legendary has ever evolved. All right, should be interesting to see how it works. And then they just dropped this bombshell that it's just going to be Mega Evolution and a lot of Pokemon were going to get it. Like, such a cool idea and concept. And I think competitively, while it is obviously one of the ones where it is a mixed bag, sometimes there's obviously better megas than not megas. Or sometimes you might not want to mega a Pokemon. Like there's a reason why Mega Garchomp and Mega T-Tar weren't really a thing because they're like, all right, they're great, but T-Tar and Garchomp are fine. You might want to use it on another mega. But megas in general just was such a cool concept and idea. And it's definitely one that has been missed, and I'm so glad that it's coming back.
I think that this was their only option to do it, because they were, as ZA is not a main series game, and we can pretty much guarantee that Scarlet and Violet will be there for the next 2 seasons in terms of competitive scene. There's only one way they could bring Megas back, because I'm pretty sure in the competitive scene they were never going to bring Megas back, which kind of like saddens me in a way, because whichever we get in ZA, with all whatever new ones that come through, whether they're never going to see the light of day again. This is going to be the one and done, and we probably won't see them again unless Pokemon give us like the option, like they did in Auras, where you could, or was it in Sun and Moon? You could bust a Z move, but you could also bust a Mega. Like,
yeah.
you could do both.
I think they're going to go that route with it because I literally just forgot about this and now I remembered that freaking megas were in Let's Go too. So it's like it's not like hard for them to like keep it in or take it out. Because I think one thing for sure is if they're going to allow for I guess the ZA Pokemon to come over into whatever Gen 10 is, when it inevitably gets announced like they did with the Hisuian Pokemon, I think it would be they would just piss so many people off that they can't see the new megas and the newest game. So I think
whatever they pick as the starters, whether it be the actual Unova ones or
they're all getting megas.
The other ones, they are 100% getting a mega.
Yeah, they are.
You never know. Charizard might get a third.
And Mega
I wouldn't put it past them.
Mega Charizard Z, give him 3 heads. We'll call it a day. Let's go.
Make it Hydreigon and just Charizard.
Charizard. But yeah, I think Mega Evolution is by far the best gimmick. I'm very happy to see it come back, and I honestly sat there and was thinking about it. I honestly love a lot of the Mega Evolution Pokemon. I really do. I wish they gave more Mega Evolution Pokemon to certain Megas that might have needed it a little bit more. I remember, funny thing, Jake, and then we can dive into the little game we've got planned on. When I was in college, I would get so bored in class. I would make up my own Mega Evolutions and like spread out the stats accordingly to the Pokemon. So like my dream Mega Flygon, when I had Mega Flygon on there, and I would take 100 extra base stats and try to distribute it evenly. And like I wish I had the notebook too, but I think I went through like 50 Pokemon. I think it was my world geography class in college. And I was just like, all right, Mega. I think one of them was Mega Flygon. This was before Oras was even announced when I was doing this. I was like, yeah, Mega Sharpedo would be really cool. Maybe Mega Huntail. Oh, nah, Mega Huntail is probably not going to be as cool. But I would just like do like weird stat divides and stuff like that. And I just love the idea of Mega Evolution so much that I was into everything. And there's a reason why Mega, you type in Mega and insert a name Pokemon into Google, there's probably a fan-made Mega of that Pokemon somewhere. Because Mega, it's such a cool. They really hit the nail on the head with Mega Evolution when it came to a gimmick, and I think like Jake said, ever since then they have been kind of grasping at straws for something to really kind of capture what Mega Evolution was for a game. That was a needle mover. That's why people bought X and Y. Because I think if X and Y didn't come out. And came out with no megas in it, I don't think it would have sold nearly as well as it originally did. Because I think it brought back a lot of people. It definitely, brought back me, who was in a weird state where I'm like, yeah, Black and White 2 are cool, but I don't have the money for a 3DS or whatever it was. That's the whole reason why they came out with the freaking 2DS was for Pokemon. It came out the same day Pokemon X and Y came out. That stupid block 2DS, so you could play your
tablet
Pokemon
with 2 screens.
Yeah, exactly. They knew what they were doing with that, and it definitely sold systems, and it definitely sold units. X and Y sold a lot of units, and that's probably why. Because I think Mega Evolution is what sold a lot of people coming back to Pokemon, and it sold a lot of it's so cool. It's really cool.
Well, I suppose we should deep dive into the mini game that we have already.
All right.
Here we are. I can zoom in a little bit just so you guys can see a bit better. So we have the list of megas and a pair of Ray-Bans, apparently.
By now.
I'll try and keep blocking the elements, but they'll inevitably pop up whenever we get.
Yes.
So sponsored. I suppose we just run through from the top.
Yeah.
These are going to be personal preference, I guess. Like
personal preference, what we really like overall. Like, I mean, we don't have to do a deep dive into like everything with it. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't know the competitive nature of Mega Abomasnow.
No.
But I think it would just be fun to just do a little quick, talk about which ones we like and which ones we don't like, and we'll tell them why we like them. So
starting off on Mega Abomasnow, I competitively Garbo.
Yeah, trash.
The design though,
it's cool.
I think I'm not sticking it in C. It's just so like the viewers can see it because it's behind my camera. It makes sense to me that where Abomasnow came from, it would go onto 4 legs and it would become beastly like that. Yeah. It looks the part. If you have an abominable snowman, which kind of is.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's based off. It definitely took very much inspiration from the abominable snowman from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like hands on, like easily. And yeah, I think it's really cool. It's intimidating. It's cool. It's menacing. I think it's a fine mega. I think putting it in C. Wait, do we not have a B tier?
For some reason, we don't have a B tier.
They're like, we don't need B. We need get rid of A plus and make that A and put A as B. Come on, tier list maker. What are we doing?
Tier list maker's doing me in.
But yeah, I think a good C tier is perfect for Mega Abomasnow. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Then we're sitting on Absol. Mega Absol. I'm not a big fan of this. I think it's pandering. It's definitely pandering. Like Absol was the edgy. Like the thing is, right? Absol had the most lore behind it ever.
Oh yeah,
like in Emerald when it came out. Like
for a non-legendary Pokemon, it had so much lore.
And I feel like, given it being like it's meant to be like a lucky but destruction Pokemon, it's dark type. It didn't need the wings. It needed something else, or it needed a palette swap. Instead of white, and it's meant to be evangelical, make it a demon. Go all in on the dark.
Dude, I don't know why. I think it might just because I was always like edgy as a kid. I fucking love this design. I will agree. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, but I just love the ridiculousness of it. But yeah, I think if there's one thing I would get rid of. I'd honestly just you just take the wings away and maybe change it to something else. Maybe give it like 2 horns or something like that. I don't know.
Devil
but yeah,
horns.
I think the wings are a bit much for sure. I think C is fine with it. I think
I'm going with C on that one.
I think it's average. I love it. I personally would put it in B, but I like it.
The divider.
I hate this thing.
It's garbage. It's garbage. It's going straight in F.
It's like
Mega Aerodactyl. The Pokemon was already cool as it is, and they ruined the Pokemon.
It's like it's not one. I'm like, why did they get rid of its fucking arms? Like now it doesn't have. Like they're like, all right, Aerodactyl, we bonded so much together with the power of Mega Evolution. I'm taking away your arms. Like, man, I would be pissed if I was Aerodactyl. Like he said, you want to be able to touch stuff? Fuck you. No hands for you, Aerodactyl.
I think they should have gone all in on the fossil.
Yeah,
they
should have done something.
They should have been a skeleton bird.
Yeah,
like it should have ripped its skin off, and it became the fossil that it once was, that was still alive. You know what? Give it fucking flames.
Yeah. Do something else. Don't take away its hands and give it some spikes and call it a day. Like that, they fucked that thing up. By far, one of my least favorite megas, easily.
Another one I think was very bland, boring. Mega Aggron.
Mega Aggron. I think it's one of those ones where
I think Aggron was prime contender for it because it's a cool one.
Yeah, but they didn't make it cooler.
Nobody could tell me when you found out that little Aaron evolved into Aggron.
No,
that you didn't think it was cool.
Yeah, no. I think Aggron's such a cool Pokemon, but they what this Mega did is it made it less cool. Like it made it fat.
To be honest, I don't know if it needed a Mega actually. Like I could see why they picked it, but like
I think it needed a Mega to be competitively viable, but it didn't make it competitively viable. It just made it extra bulky for no reason. And I think they make it, was it pure steel?
Maybe.
Or was it still steel?
I think it might still have its original typing. I just know it's a heavy slam monster. Yeah, it's got like 250 defense or whatever.
It's great for singles. I'll say that it's definitely great for singles, but like I think it's just one of those ones where I don't like it at all, and I think it's just not good. I don't like it.
Yep. I agree. Mega Alakazam.
That's cool.
I will slap it straight in here. Like if they were gonna make Alakazam any cooler, he needed a bigger beard, like and a godly mustache. Like this thing, my man, he had 2 spoons. Now he's got 5. It makes sense.
Got 5. It makes sense. No, it does. Mega Alakazam definitely well worth the Mega spot. It definitely. Again, did it need a Mega? No. Did it really benefit it? Not really. It made it super, like, if that thing would hit you with anything that's special, it was gonna kill you. Because its special attack was through the fucking roof on this one.
But it already was, right? Like
yeah, and they just made it bigger. I think its special attack was like close to base 170 something, if I'm not mistaken. It was ridiculously good. Frail as all can be. Definitely needed to give that bitch a fucking focus sash. But
but you couldn't because you had a Mega Stone.
I know, right? So it's just like you pray he hits first. But yeah, no, it's definitely a cool mon. Definitely think it's well deserved to the A tier for sure.
Yeah. Altaria. Now, I think this is sick.
Okay.
First, Dragon Fairy. It's got pixelate.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It is bonkers. Should normal Altaria be this Altaria? Maybe. Because normal Altaria kind of looks a bit goofy. And it only looks goofy because of the 3D sprites. It looked sick in pixel sprites. Because the cloud kind of went around it.
Yeah.
This one...
I agree.
I'm happy to slap this in S. I think design slaps. Competitively might not be viable, but I think the typing's really good. They nailed the ability because they just made it like... They went all in. And it's one of my favorites. It's just one of my favorites, especially the shiny man. It's gold. It's gold, and it's flying in a cloud.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna let you put it in an S. Well, I have some creative differences on Absol. I mean, Altaria. I just think Altaria is just kind of whack in general. But
we'll put it in A. We'll put it. I want it in an S, and you think it's whack? It cannot be an S.
Okay, let me rephrase it. I don't think it's whack. Okay, let me rephrase that better. I just don't like Altaria, and I think I think I'm more mad at Mega Altaria because there's no Mega Flygon. I think that's the only reason why I don't like it. So I'm like,
vengeful spite.
I think we all knew they were going to give one to Salamence. We all kind of knew it. But my gosh, they're like, all right, which other dragon? And they're like, let's give it to Altaria. And I'm like, no, why? But no, I will agree. Like, throw that thing in S tier because one, it does do really well. Changed his ability with Pixelate. It's Dragon Fairy. It's a cool design overall. It does kind of fit Oras in general because the little contest woman girl has a Mega Altaria, which is pretty cool. And overall, I would say it's if you were going to give one of those 3 dragons a Mega Evolution, and while Salamence definitely did not deserve it, definitely giving it to Mega Altaria, giving it to Altaria or Flygon, whichever or I'd be okay with. So yeah, you can throw that in. You can give that an S. I'll take that one. I fucking love Mega Ampharos. I love how fucking stupid it looks. Why does it look like that? I do not know, but the only reason why I love that bitch is because I have a fucking pink Ampharos and I Mega Evolved it, and his name was Fabio, and because he had majestic hair, and he fucking rocked and rolled, and he ended lives in my Oras playthrough. I fucking love this thing so much just because of the meme and how stupid it looks. Like, why did it get dragon typing? The world may never know, but they said, let's make it dragon. Let's give it some fucking hair. And it's a fucking fabulous Pokemon. Fabulous. But it's a B tier.
yeah. I'll sit on B. I'm happy in B. It's just no.
It's too much.
No, I don't get
much,
it.
Man.
I don't get it. I don't know where they went with it. I think the same person that was hired to do Absol kind of did Ampharos as well, and they were like, you know what? I like wings, and I want everything to look angelical. Like, the only angel Pokemon that should be here is fucking Nimbus 3000 at the top here. Like,
it's too much, man. But dude, if you don't name your Mega Ampharos as Fabio, then I don't know what you're doing. That thing is gorgeous. It's a glorious Pokemon.
Mr. Steal your wife.
We're still steal your bitch.
We're still on the A's.
Oh my
which
Lord.
Is mental.
Or
Dino.
right, well, go throw that bitch in E tier.
Yeah, like the design is not butchered, and it's not
they
boring.
Didn't fuck it up. No, it's just why. Why?
It's just a why.
Like, why? Why is that there? Funny story about Aldino, just throw it out there. Just because I remember I was playing X and Y on my first ever playthrough, and I was in the Parfum Palace, and I walked through one of the bushes, and out jumps a shiny Aldino. And bro, when I tell you I saw that thing, I thought those bushes just gave you automatic shinies. So I just was in my mind like, oh, this must be a fucking shiny bush. This is awesome. And no, I just was just a purple Aldino. But I Mega Evolved that guy in Oras when it got released, and man, it's still stupid looking, but it's just fun little story.
There.
But yeah,
just there. I don't think it needed a Mega.
It just added on to the design of a mid Pokemon, and because that is a mid Mega or just a meh Mega.
Next up, Burnett. This made Burnett viable. Like,
yes,
they get, for whatever reason, they didn't give Burnett another evolution, and I feel like they should have done. Even after giving Dusclops one, they have never revisited the line until this came out.
Yeah.
Would I have preferred a third evolution rather than a Mega Evolution? Yes. I wish it was this, just not with Mega stats.
Yeah. I think every secondary Pokemon, as we'll talk about with all the Megas, all the 2-stage evolutions that got a Mega, I think I would have just preferred a third evolution versus a Mega, because this Mega Burnett, like, this looks like a Burnett evolution. It just looks like a addition onto Burnett as a Pokemon. It benefits its stats. It's got really good moves. I love the design of this Pokemon.
The design is sick.
I would dare say, I don't think it's quite S tier, but I would say it definitely is I think it goes above Mega Alakazam in the design category.
I'm happy to stick it in S. Like,
yeah,
as a design and a concept, that thing is sick.
Oh yeah, no, big time. It definitely is. Sick. It's so cool. So cool.
And I might be
really
biased
cool
because my favorite type is like Ghost and Dark, and it's like, I'm all in, and that is just
cool, man.
So cool. This, on the other hand,
is the definition of what the fuck.
Yeah, like, I'm happy to stick it in D because it has some value.
I think it adds it because it's competitive. Like, I think you can use this semi-competitively. Like, it's great in singles. The design's not horrendous. It doesn't butcher the design. It's got
this
really
is Mega
broken
Beedrill, by the way, for the audio listeners.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about it. Which is but yeah, it's just Beedrill. It's just Beedrill, like, on crack. Like, it is like what it is. It's
think the design is the design is cool. I would have maybe taken it a different way, but I get that like Beedrill has now become like a hornet with like the long tail. It was a wasp, and now it's got like the natural evolution is based on a hornet. And I think they've somehow managed to make it like almost robotic looking, and I think that's what's throwing me off. Like,
it doesn't
I don't like
look
the mech.
It doesn't look quite natural. Like if you say, it doesn't look like a natural evolution of Beedrill. But yeah, I'm fine with it. Indeed, I think it's fine. I think it's all right. Like I don't love it, but I don't hate it either.
Then we have Blastoise.
All right.
I'm
gonna have to be. I have to be so for real. Yes, we all know you. We all know I'm a Charizard fanboy, but I think you've. I don't want to put it. I'm gonna put it. If I had to rank it, I would put it in E or D tier because it's just they ruined
not
it.
there. Yeah, it's
they,
just
like
not there.
The ability, like if you could have just given it its ability, maybe like made it like got rid of the giant fucking cannon. It looks like a giant, you know what, on its back, dude. It's like it's not needed. It really isn't. I don't know what they could have done with it. I honestly,
Blastoise was a pretty tough design.
It's pretty tough.
Evolve on. Like I feel like Blastoise as a line is complete. Like
I honestly think if you were to just change it up a little bit, just make those two blasters and that one blaster into two bigger blasters. Like make its pumps bigger on the things. Like take the blaster, make it two, keep the long little pistol things on there, and like we're good. I think that's fine. Like yeah, it's basic as fuck, but it's like it did not need that one cannon thing on its back. And if you were to do it, maybe bring him on all fours at that point instead of keeping him on his back. He's got scoliosis.
I think they could have gone the Torterra route.
Yeah, I think they could have done that.
Incorporating something like you say, go quadrupedal, and then incorporate something into his shell.
Yeah.
I mean, or given that there's cannons on it, and this is pretty much Digimon at this point, they could have gone all in on mech. This is probably the one they could have gone all in on mech. Like,
no one would have been mad at that.
And, like, a bit more futuristic looking, but like, yeah, it's dig. Yeah. It's dig.
Trash.
KFC, Blaziken, Mega Blaziken, I think is just a C tier. Like, it just is.
It's fine. It just it adds to it. It's cool. Like, I like the design of it. I think it's fine. I don't think it's a horrendous design. I don't think it messed the design up. You got to put respect on what it did, giving it speed boost right off the bat. But overall, I think it's a fine Mega Evolution. I personally think it's the weakest out of the three Hoenn ones, in my opinion. Maybe that's because we got it in X and Y instead of Oras, which I always thought was a little weird.
Yeah.
And so I kind of took that lore, the luster away from Mega Blaziken. But yeah, I'm fine with it. It's average at best. Yeah.
And then Camerupt.
But that.
We're never going to talk about it. Mega Camerupt, he only got a Mega legs? Because of Oras. And
in the picture, where's his legs? Where are his legs?
It just shuffles. It's like, you know those little memes where it goes... The Tom and Jerry tiptoe?
Yeah, like you said, Jake, they had to give it a Mega because it was like Maxie's main one, but like also at the same exact time, you could have done that better. You could have done it better. Like I'm not a big person on putting things on top of Pokemon's head, but you could have put a volcano on its head. That would have been probably a little bit cooler. And now his hair's spiky, and he's got and he lost his 3 volcanoes for one big volcano. Like
they could have given him like a mountain range of volcanoes. Like he could have become.
Or they could have made him stand up. That's one you could have made him bipedal. Make him stand up. Give him the Blastoise treatment. Give him 2 volcanoes on his shoulders. Like they could have done so much more with that one, and it's just
They kind of maybe had to like take a bit from Heatran.
Yeah.
Like bit of a scarier face, you know, like maybe like a rock face, like a magma face. And then not have him like come out as a cone.
Yeah,
like I think that's what's throwing it off. Like the bottom flares. Then we have the one that everyone wanted, Mega Charizard X.
We don't need to discuss it. Put it in S tier. It's not even. It's like
they made him blue and black, man. They did the cheat code with the color palette.
They did everything right. They did. I have talked about Mega Charizard X on previous episodes. There's a whole clip of me talking about how it gave me something I never thought it would give me, but it did. And my lord, it's just. I won't lie to you. When I first saw, because they introduced Mega Charizard and they just showed Charizard Y, and I was so sad. I was like, oh my God, it's stupid. I don't like the way it looks. Like, oh my God, like whatever. And then they introduced it in the Pokemon Origins anime, and I immediately bought Pokemon X that day. Like, I was like, oh, which one's going to have Charizard? This one, Charizard? Oh, Mega X? Got it.
It's funny you bring that up because, like, I think that did make a lot of people swap. Because I was Y all the way. I was Yveltal. Yep. Like, that thing was the bomb. And then I saw Mega Charizard X. I was like, ooh. Maybe I need to get the other game. I ended up getting both. But yeah, like Jake, like you said, they did everything right with it. They did the palette swap of the black and the blue. They finally gave it its dragon typing, which is something people have been memeing Charizard for years at this point. And it is just it's just fucking cool, man. Like you don't even have to you don't even have to like Charizard 2. Like you cannot tell me that when you look at Mega Evolutions and you look at Mega Charizard X. And you're just taking it from just a pure design addition, adding on to a Pokemon. Like, this is what we're looking at. And if you think Mega Charizard X is not cool, then I think you're just lame and have poor taste. Agreed. Mega Charizard Y, I think
he's fine. B. I think the only reason why, like, yes, while we're looking at what we personally like, I think we have to put some respect on the competitiveness of certain Pokemon. Like Mega Charizard Y, and it's just
the beans.
It's so good. Like, throw a fucking that bitch in the sun, heat wave it all the way, max special attack, just. And put it next to a fucking Mega Primal Groudon, and we're all set, man. Like that thing is so good. Design wise, it kind of almost gave me the Aerodactyl vibes. I'm like, why'd you make its hands part of its wings? I don't like it, but at least you still gave him hands. But like, it's all right. Like design wise, it's all right. But yeah, you got to put respect on Mega Charizard's name when it comes to competitive battling. Outclasses Charizard X in every single type of way. Like, not even close.
Yeah. Mega Diancie, I don't really have feelings for this. I think it's a cool design.
I think it's fine with C. It's meh. It's meh. Yeah. I don't really have a thing with I don't know why they gave it a Mega, if I'm being so honest. I believe
it's storyline based.
And it's what? It's the only it's a mythical Pokemon, right? Diancie's mythical, right? Yeah, it's the only mythical Pokemon with a Mega, which I think is just like, why? But yes, you're right. It is story based for sure. Part of a movie tie-in, I believe.
Mega Gallade. I
like Mega. I like Mega Gallade. I think it's a solid. I think it's a really great Mega. I think it's an A tier, like you said. I was so glad when we got Mega Gallade because I was so worried they were only going to give it to Gardevoir and not give it to Gallade. Because I'm like, well, when's Gallade going to get one? He's not. But yeah, they did everything right with it. It's a perfect, like these Megas, like Gallade. And like Mega Gallade, Mega Altaria, Mega Banette. It's let's just say Mega Altaria, Mega Gallade for right now. They take what the Pokemon's design was and just add to it, right? All right, they make Gallade more regal. They make him more, like a prince
looking.
Yeah, and they gave Altaria. They made it look more pretty and stuff like that. They added just enough to the original design to make it look like a proper evolution, in my opinion. and 2, just benefits Pokemon in every way. Like Mega Gallade's this amazing Pokemon. It's really good. Great singles mod as well.
Yep. Garchomp, I think it sits in this B tier slot of just they tried to make it look menacing, and it just isn't.
Yeah. You know when Mega Garchomp was announced, the way I quivered in my boots when I'm like, why the fuck are we giving Garchomp a Mega? That Pokemon is the most broken fucking thing I've ever seen. But honestly, like it's still broken. Like it's a really strong ass Pokemon. You don't want like in singles, you don't want to see that thing in general. I'm just against them getting rid of their fucking hands. Why does he not have hands anymore? He can't give you a hug. He's just got size. And I don't like it. Stop taking away these Pokemon's hands, Nintendo. Give it back.
Mega Gardevoir, I've plonked it in C, and I think it lives in C.
I think it is.
It's just Gardevoir with a dress on.
Yeah, it's the biggest. It's the biggest definition of eh.
Yeah, and I'm super glad that it is because they gave all the beans to Gallade, and I'm super happy about that.
Yeah, they just made it pretty. They gave it a nice, pretty dress. I'm all here for it.
There's no talking about this one. This is the Mega Gengar is just straight S. It does not matter. Like that thing is a monstrous. That design,
they did
competitive value,
so good. They did so good. Good with it.
The shiny.
They should have just changed Gengar shiny to white after this because God, it's so menacing, dude. That thing is scary.
When it comes out and it's like smashing the ground and like there's like darkness coming. Oh man, I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah, it's a great design.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Glalie, I think.
Oh, that I hate it. I hate it.
E?
I hate
F?
it. I hate it. Put it in D because I don't hate it as much as I hate the other ones. But my God, I'd so like what this poor thing. They detached its jaw, Jake. They detached its jaw. Like it can't close its mouth anymore.
I like its design. I think it follows on from Glalie very well. But I was never a big fan of Glalie anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. But
and they revisited the line by giving it Frostlass later down the line.
They did.
Well, earlier down the line. Would I have preferred alongside this a Mega Frostlass? You're damn right. I think that was they kind of missed the ball on that one. And they could have maybe done it like a reversal. So like you see with Gallade and Gardevoir, they kept it the same. Like one's an attacky one, one's a special attacky one. With Gallade, its stats are middling. So they could have made it more towards the Frostlass line and then turn the Frostlass line more towards the Glalie line. Like, make it a bit more ghosty and spooky because it is just a flying face. And then Frostlass gets like spikes and becomes really aggressive.
I would like that idea. They missed a lot, actually.
I think they just missed a bit. This Mega Gyarados, for me, is too fat.
Yeah, like I would say Mega Gyarados
is a Leviathan.
I get it, but I also don't get it at the same time. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. Jake, I cannot tell you why I don't like it, other than the fact that it's just they made him too chunky, and it's felt like they like Gyarados was an accordion, and they went like this. And they called it a day, and I'm like, like if you wanted to make it dark, like you could have just made it. I hate saying you could have just made it black, but you could have just made it black and called it a day, and gave it some more spikes and made its eyes red and called it a day. If you wanted to make it water dark,
very Game of Thrones.
They could have. They
follow like the design of a dragon.
I think Gyarados would have had a great benefit from the guy who did Mega Absol and Mega Abomasnow. Like that's one where you could have given him a bit, made him a little bit over the top. I feel like they didn't do anything with him but squish him down and make him less cool. And that's just kind of how I feel about it, just design wise. I personally do like it competitively. I think it's fine. It takes away Gyarados' main big. It's just like a better Crawdaunt, in my opinion. Like it's just water dark. It's just better in every way. It loses its 4 times weakness. It's good. Yeah. I think B is fine with it.
Yeah. Mega Heracross sits, I believe, with the Absol. No, it's probably D tier with the Blastoise. It's you gave it its first thing, which it's its horn, and then you just made it bigger.
You just gave him the Pinocchio, and then you made his nose bigger, and then gave him a bigger horn. Like, yeah, and it's not even that good. Like, it's not even that good. Like, it's good, but like, it's not good. Like, it's just
it's a D. Mega Houndoom.
Okay, I love the design of Mega Houndoom.
They went over the top, and I think they were allowed to on this one.
Yes, I think for this one, if you literally just made it Satan's fucking dog, and I think they did it. If that's the way you're going with it, if you're making that Satan's dog, like it's perfect. It's an A tier design. While I wish it was better, like competitively, because somehow it's still not great. Like it's fine. Again, a lot of these megas, mind you guys, you gotta remember, me and Jake play doubles. So singles is not our wheelhouse for things. And I know a lot of these megas that we might be trashing on competitively. Remember, we're saying it from a VGC perspective. So don't like get your knickers in a bunch and think like, oh, we're just saying like, oh, these Pokemon are trash. Yeah, no, we're literally just like, we understand, but yes, they could have given Houndoom a better ability. I think the fact that if I'm not mistaken, is Flash Fire, it's its ability for Mega Houndoom, and I'm like, could have given it a better ability if I'm not, and I think it would have been better overall. But the design wise and what they were going for, if you're going to go over the top of the Pokemon, I think it fits Mega Houndoom the best, like the edgy over the top.
Kanga. Now, I for this one, I want us to completely disregard VGC.
I think,
and I'm going to slap it in E tier.
Really,
it's boring. It's garbage. The only thing they did was they pulled the little man out the pouch.
And that's why I was going to say I like it. I like it. I like that. I like this. Okay, I'm not saying it needs to go anywhere. Like, I would put it in the same category as Heracross. Yeah, because it's too simple, but it's like not a bad simple. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like they didn't ruin Kangaskhan. They just took him out of his pouch. And I think it just benefit. I think it's fine. I think yes, we have to discard competitive, but like, come on, we can't put Mega King in E tier.
It's one of my favorite mons, and all they did was pull the little man out of the pouch.
Okay, well then okay, Jake. What would you have done to make Mega? If you were to design a Mega Kangaskhan, what would you have done? What would your vision for Mega King be?
It's probably getting like the Abomasnow treatment. Okay. It's getting bigger. I would potentially lose the little man, and you get Mum in full form. Like, the mum that's chasing you down the hallway with a slipper because you've just eaten too much chocolate.
All right, because I like that, you can drop it back into E tier now, because I'm like, yes. Drop them down.
Kanga is like, it's smooth but rough looking in a way. It has some sort of texture, but they could have given it more like armor plating, almost down the line of like Armored Mewtwo.
Yeah, okay.
Like, bulk it out, make it like a Mega Swampert, like bulk the shit out, give it like massive arms. The head, give it like a proper rock head, so it's like a battering ram.
Oh yeah.
Don't leave the little man.
Yeah. I like the idea of like, let's make Mega Kanga let's make it before it became a mom.
Yeah.
Like before it became a parent. Like what was it before? Before it had to like calm down because it had a kid.
Mega Latties.
Just drop them. They go they put them lower than that. Put them. There's no need for them in existence.
No.
And how are you going to literally just say, let's just make them look the same? On top of it, they're all look the same. They're gonna give them the purple, and we're gonna make them look the same. We're gonna take all the uniqueness from Latios and Latias and make them look the same, all because we want you to fly around with them in Oras. No need for that. Get that out of here. Stupid megas. Stupid.
Mega Lopunny.
It's perfect at sea where it already put it. Like it's natural. It's there. It's natural progression of the evolution. Doesn't do anything more to it. It makes it better. But that's about it.
Mega Lucario. I think this thing's cool. I think this is cool. It. I don't. Did Lucario need a Mega? No. Storyline based again. The story's use came in clutch.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool. Could have they gone a bit more with it? I think they could have. They could have given it the full Pharaoh vibe.
They could have definitely given, like, if it had if it had got like a little like bone meringue kind of thing where it was holding something, I think that would have been kind of cool. But yeah, it's another perfect example of it looks like a proper evolution of a Lucario. It's cool. It's Lucario. They don't ruin the design. I think it makes the design better, and I think overall it's improved upon in every way, and I like it.
Yeah. Mega Manectric, I don't think we need to talk about. That shit's like E. It's just
yeah. It's awful. It's awful.
Whoever designed that just you had a chance to make an electric wolf.
And you said, let's just make it a giant lightning bolt and wear it on its head. I'm so disappointed.
Same person that did Absol.
Yeah, but worse. Like somehow they said, make it worse. Make these two beloved Pokemon in Hoenn that deserve an evolution and just make them worse in every way. Stop.
Mega Mawile. I have an affinity to this. A very big affinity to this. I think the design is fucking sick.
Yes.
I think Mawile should have evolved, and this is what we should have got. It should not be a Mega. This should be a normal Pokemon. Just dial the stats down. Because what is Mawile there for, man? Like, I get it's a counterpart to Sableye, and Sableye doesn't evolve, but like Sableye is useful. Like, really useful.
Yeah. Well, it's only really useful in a competitive sense, and that's the biggest thing. Like, again, no one really thought Sableye was going to be useful, and to be fair, it wasn't useful until about Gen 6 when it got all those new moves that it was good. But yeah, I agree. Throw that thing in S tier. I think it's a solid Mega. I think it, again, design wise, it's great and it fits the line perfectly.
They did a perfect job of making a fairy type look scary.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a fairy type.
Yeah, it goes in that same realm of Grimmsnarl. I like it.
Yeah. Mega Medicham. I think it's just C. Like, yeah, I think it's a really good design.
I like it. I like how
really well.
I like how they kind of played into the psychic idea of it. Kind of gave it some Zen vibes to it. But I'm not gonna lie, Jake. I forgot Mega Medicham existed. I really did.
Well, I'm a Medicham stan. Like, okay. I love that. Yeah, I love that mod.
You love Theeks.
So I'm happy leaving him in C. They could they have done more? I don't think they could have.
Yeah.
I think they did just fine. I think he looks like a cool sultan. Mega Metagross.
I don't know how to feel about this. See, the thing is, I like Metagross. I don't like it a lot. I would probably put it in the same realm as Gyarados and them. I'd put it in B tier. Yeah. Like, it's fine. Like, it's a little bit much, but it's not too much. You know, we're not in the same realm of Absol where it's just way too much. And we're not in the same realm of Houndoom where it fits it. Like, it's a great addition to it. I think it benefits it overall, and I think
it's the legs that throw me off.
Yeah, I get why they went that way with it, but
they could have given it Mega Gengar vibes.
That would have been cool. Yeah, they could have done a lot with it. I think they could. They could also benefit of kind of giving it maybe a Mega Glalie treatment. Open up that mouth. Open it up. Open that mouth up a little bit. Yeah. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's fine in B.
Yeah. The Mewtwo's. I'm not a fan of these. I think they look garbage.
I personally like Y. I think Y's fine, and
Why is a natural? This is just.
You throw that thing in there with the Manectric, I think, honestly, because I think it's just Y. It didn't need to. It didn't need to for one. I think Mega Mewtwo Y it fits better. I like the idea of them going for a psychic fighting type of Mega Mewtwo X, but I don't like the design of Mega Mewtwo X at all. I think it's just
what they should have done, I believe, is they should have made the Mega Lucario more Egyptian and not the Hunter Gatherer that they've gone through, like this tribal Hunter Gatherer. They should have given that to the Mewtwo X.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would have benefited a lot.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. Big turkey bird. I think it's just E. Like, it's not a bad design. It's just there.
Why?
Pidgeot needed it. They didn't, and they ruined it.
It needed it, but also like, like it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing. That's really
everyone loves Pidgeot, right? You can't tell me that
it's cool.
It's sick.
That's cool. Like if you're not gonna give a Mega to one of your starter birds and it's not Pidgeot, like the next best one is Staraptor, in my opinion. After that one, but like. Yeah, it's just disappointing. Like it was just like when I heard Mega Pidgeot, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. And he just ate too much cake and got a rat tail. And that's what he got.
God bless Australia. Mega Pinsir, I think it's just flat A.
I like it a lot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. They took Pinsir and they gave it what he needed, man. He hovers, the horns are perfect. Like
that's cool. That's cool. They did the right thing with Pinsir. They did Pinsir good here. Like it was good. Good. I don't have much to say on it other than it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They hit the nail on the head. Mega Ray is S. It just is. Mega Rayquaza, that thing, that's what I pictured Rayquaza looked like when I was a kid and I reached top of Sky Pillar.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
I like Mega Ray, man. I think it's by far the best legendary Mega, because they apparently gave it to a lot of legendaries. It goes with the whole idea that it lives in outer space, like in the ozone. Like it looks like it belongs there. Like when they told her, it's like, oh yeah, Rayquaza, he lives in the ozone layer. I'm like, like he just looks like a green dragon, and he's just kind of floats around and chills. But this guy, he looks there, and the fact that they did him so right, like they gave him when the Delta episodes in the game, he's menacing overall. He's super strong, and he is by far the most broken Pokemon that has ever been made.
Yep.
Hands down. Like Dragon Ascent, it's already Mega Evolved. It can hold an item like that. It's broken. And there's a reason why we have not seen it in a long, long, long time. And I hope to never see it again. Like in a competitive sense. But I agree.
Mega Sableye, I think is slap banging A. Like
it's perfect.
The Gremlin vibe is there. You know what? I'd argue to put it in S, but the competitiveness of it kind of drops it down because it loses its prankster ability.
It loses what makes Sableye good, competitive, but they killed with the design, man. They killed with it. I love how he just kind of hides behind the gym. He's like
just peeking out. It's like
I love it. It's just like it's such a cool Pokemon. I think it's great. Yeah, A tier all the way.
Yeah, and then the butcher chopping block.
When I said I wanted Salamence to go on a diet, this is not what I meant. All right. When I said he was they made him fat. Like this is not what I. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's got to be.
God, what? Like they could have just give. They could have just made it. They could have just made it Roaring Moon.
I was about to say that's exactly what I was about to say. They must have known that they were already making Paradox Mons when they made this. Because there is no way they didn't get a natural artistic progression to Roaring Moon. So that Roaring Moon must have already existed. Or
I hope
they made it and they had this and Roaring Moon, and then they binned off Roaring Moon and kept it for Scarlet and Violet. And if they'd have taken Roaring Moon, we would have got Iron Skyman. And this would have been in Violet.
I fucking hate Mega Salad. Like, again, competitive-wise, fucking broken as well. Like, so broken. But God, is it fucking stupid. It is so dumb.
Mega Salamence.
Salamence, Sceptile?
Yeah, Sceptile, sorry. Yeah, Mega Sceptile. I think slap bang. Maybe breaching S.
I would say I don't.
Sick. Best grass type ever.
It's cool. I don't think it quite reaches S because I just can't get over the Christmas tree. It's a Christmas tree.
It's an evergreen.
I don't care. It's a Christmas tree. But I get it. But it's definitely the best. It's definitely the best starter of the Mega Evolution Hoenn line. Grass Dragon gets good abilities. It's cool, man. I like it. I think it fits an A.
Yep. Mega Scizor, I think, is in with the Beedrill Blastoise Glalie Heracross thing of just you had a design and I don't think you needed to do it.
Like, you just fucked it up. You didn't. It didn't need a Mega. Personally speaking, it doesn't benefit Scizor in any way. It's just meh.
Yeah,
it's just meh.
Mega Sharpedo.
Get that shit and throw it at the bottom of the fucking sea. What in the blue fucking hell is that? What is that, Game Freak? You cannot tell me someone said, "Here, boss, here's my Mega Sharpedo," and he said, "Sure, go ahead." They were not paying attention. That thing should not exist. I fucking hate it. It's ugly as shit. You could have just made it bigger. You could have made it wider in the back, not wider in the front of its fucking nose. Like, just make the shark longer and make it a fucking great white shark. Why did we have to go with the goddamn big ass nose motherfucker and said, let's slap bang? Like, fuck, dude. It's so bad. It's like the worst one.
They completely disregarded the dark type. They could have just given us a Megalodon.
I said, when I said I wanted a Mega Sharpedo, I did not mean this. I did not mean it. I swear.
And I believe, like, this may join it. Completely unnecessary. No, maybe D. Maybe D.
It's D. It's derpy enough. I don't hate
Mega
it.
Mega Slowbro is just.
I think
it's there.
I think the lore behind Mega Slowbro for me is him just being stupid and like, oops, I went in the wrong way. But like, yeah, it's there. No, my God, I'm so can't get over Sharpedo.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I hope so. I don't want to be.
Steelix? Mega Steelix. I think it goes with a C.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Like it adds to it enough. It doesn't break the design of Steelix. It's cool. It's better than Mega Aggron. It's like way better than Mega Aggron.
Yeah, they did it. They did it tastefully. Mega Swampert.
I think I think you throw him in B. I think Mega Swampert in B.
I agree.
Is fine.
Natural progression. It gave him some aggression because I think Swampert lacked that. Like, it doesn't look like
Swampert was not a menacing Pokemon. It did not look menacing at all. It looked confused half the time.
But that little swamp baby, he hit the nail on the head.
I'm not going anywhere near that thing. That thing is going to bench press me to the moon.
This one kind of devastated me. Mega T-Tar. I think they did well, but they didn't do it enough yet. Like, they went too far with the cracks out and the tail. I don't think they needed it.
They did too much with it, man. It's a prime example of taking a design and doing too much with it. Like, and it's not even worth it, man. No one mega evolves a T-Tar, man. You just leave T-Tar as it is. Competitively, it wasn't even needed. Like,
I think T-Tar did kind of need the aggression boost because again, it suffers like with Swampert for like kind of just looks a bit dopey, even though it's meant to be menacing and it's like this big. I mean, the pixel art described perfect. Like it's roaring, it's coming in, like it's gonna beat you up. And then it got to 3D and it's just this big chunky boy.
Yeah, he just looks like he's just happy to be there. But yeah, I think D.
And then to wrap it up, Mega Venusaur.
Throw him an S. I mean S. Yeah. I said C.
he is cool.
Yeah,
as chips.
They did Venusaur right, unlike they did with Gigantamaxing it. They did him right. Like he's cool looking. They added to him. He's fucking broken as all hell. Like he's a fucking like competitively. Oh my god, it's so good competitively. Thick fat, a Mega Venusaur. Get out of here. Grass poison type. It's great overall. Yeah, S tier.
There we go. And that is our mega tier list.
There's a lot of megas.
For the audio listeners, S is Altaria, Banette, Charizard X, Gengar, Mawile, Rayquaza, and Venusaur. A is Alakazam, Gallade, Houndoom, Lucario, Pinsir, Sableye, Sceptile. B is Ampharos, Charizard Y, Garchomp, Gyarados, Metagross, Mewtwo Y, and Swampert. C is Abomasnow, Absol, Blaziken, Diancie, Gardevoir, Lopunny, Medicham, and Steelix. D is Beedrill, Blastoise, Glalie, Heracross, Scizor, Slowbro. Yeah, Slowbro. I wanted to say Slowking then. T-Tar. E is Ordino, Kangaskhan, Manectric, Mega Mewtwo X, Pidgeot, and Salamence. And F is the garbage tier. Aerodactyl, Aggron, Camerupt, both Lati and Latios. And then Sharpedo.
Fucking piece of shit at the very end, as it should be. Yeah, I will say, looking at this list and picture, it just goes to show that the megas are diverse. They're not all ballparks out of the grand slams. Like I think they're all it's funnily enough they're all evenly distributed in each tier, and I think that's actually very well. Yeah, we did that really, really well. Like I think it's a great thing. And then I mean, God, we spent the rest of the podcast talking about megas. That's crazy. Before we wrap up, Jake, since we're talking about it a little bit, we're talking about Legends EAs. They're bringing back Mega Evolution. We just ranked all the current Mega Evolutions. Give me 3 Pokemon you want to see Mega Evolve in Legends EA?
Oh,
that you want to get a Mega Evolution.
Are we saying that they're going like what generations are they going to? Are they staying true to like it's Gen 6? Like
I think we might get.
Gen
I would
6
say
and below?
I think we're gonna. I would say let's go with every generation besides Generation 9. I feel like they don't touch Scarlet and Violet at all.
I think Snorlax is going to get the treatment.
Okay.
I think they're going. He's been given a Gigantamax. He's been given a Z move. He didn't get given a Mega. I think they're going to round it out. And I think they'll give Snorlax one. And I would love to see that personally.
Okay.
I want to see. This might be me being crazy. I want to see cast form. I want to see a Mega cast form.
What is that going to look like?
It's going to be the God of Weather.
Okay. Okay.
I want to see that be a thing. I feel like cast form didn't get justice. Like he had a whole building, the Weather Institute, and they didn't give him anything other than like a funky ability where he can kind of change types in the weather.
Yeah.
But he can't really make advantage of that.
That's true.
So I'd love to see a cast form. And then finally, if I had to pick, and it will in fact, it might happen. I might buy Hydreigon to get a Mega.
He's just gonna get more heads. That's all he's gonna get.
I want like pure destruction. I want the destruction Pokemon to be able to like take out cities. They need to give him like the Rayquaza treatment. I want like gold aura coming out of him.
I think you just take away his wings and just make him stand. Like make him make him like literally like Cerberus but a dragon. Like make him a 3-headed like proper dragon. Like that'd be cool.
In fact, give him the Absol wings. Make it black. Give him the Absol wings. Give him proper wings, not these like flappy ones. Give him like rip them out like Roaring Moon. Give him 4. Like
that'd be sick.
Up and down. 3 heads, and then like just a dark aura. And then it'll just dark pulse everything to death. Yeah, so nice. I want cast form, I want Snorlax, and I want Hydreigon.
Okay, I can respect that. I think I want to see Mega cast form. I do. I think that would be interesting to say the least.
Because then you get 3 of them. Like you Mega it, and it could still change with the weather.
That's true. And they could all be uniquely powerful as well. I think that'd be sick. Let's see. For me, if I had to pick 3, it's tough, man. There's so many. Like I said, I went through them all way back. One that I desperately want, and I don't, and I don't know why they haven't done it. I want Mega Dragonite. I do. I think Mega Dragonite would be cool. I think if you're gonna give Mega Salamence and Mega Garchomp Megas, you might as well go ahead and might as well give it to Dragonite. Make Dragonite lose a couple more pounds. Just like slim him down a little bit. Make him a little bit more menacing.
Charizard Y wings.
Give him something cool, just slim him down a little bit, make him a little bit more, make him a less derpy, or if you're gonna go full derpy, just make him the messenger bag. Derpy.
Yeah,
give him the messenger bag. Yeah, just give him the messenger bag and call it Mega Dragonite at that point. After Mega Dragonite, I feel like I'm just going basic with it. I really want Mega Flygon.
I think it's coming. I think it is.
I just don't want. I just make it Bug Dragon. I just want a Mega Flygon. I think it's such a. I wish Flygon was just so much better than it is. It's so not great, and I love the design of it. It's so cool. I just want it in my life so bad. Like I would probably like cry, like if it gets announced. I think I'd be so excited. And then my last one that I think is slept on, and I think this is going to add more. And this is a shout out to our good friend Nick. Give me a Mega Beartic. Yeah. I think Beartic is just missing something. Like it's just like it's cool. It's a polar bear, but let's do something to it. Give it honestly, give it the Abomasnova treatment. Make it something. Make it cool. Make it like Ursaluna Blood Moon. But ridiculous. But make it just ice. Yeah. But ice. That's it, man. And you got yourself a crazy ass polar bear Pokemon that actually looks menacing and not stupid. No. I mean, Beartic's kind of trash. But let's make it cool. Make Beartic cool. Let's do it.
I think we've got some good shouts there. I do. Well, guys, I think we've talked enough about Megas and our gimmicks, guys. You know what? Generation 10. I think we talked about it a little bit. Honestly, if they're gonna do a gimmick, we don't know what it's gonna be. But honestly, if they do a break from gimmicks and just give us Megas, that's great. I'll be okay with that. Just keep Megas for ZA Gen 10. Don't do anything too crazy. Make it honestly, I'm not gonna lie, and we'll talk about this next in one of these episodes. But honestly, let's just make Generation 10 like a nice, not like a hard reset, but a nice soft reset for the Pokemon series. Like it's wrap up some alternate lines that have gone a bit too long.
Wrap it up and let's start fresh. All right, but guys, we're gonna end it here. Jake, as always, thank you for joining me on this amazing week. And guys, we will see you next time for episode 12. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.